Welcome, welcome. We've probably got time for a couple of quick questions. I guess just straight up, are you looking forward to it? You're fighting at home and you're fighting another legend.
Looking very much forward to fighting the first UFC ever in my home country, Holland. Looking forward to the fight my teammate Andrei. Will be a little bit stupid to think that fight would not happen eventually. But happy to be in the UFC and happy to fight soon.
So just briefly describe how that works with the camp. I mean, how do you decide who trains where? Is it heads or tails? Is it just you move into different areas? How do you prepare if you're coming from a similar camp?
So we kind of were already training a little bit separate anyways because we kind of felt it coming. At least I did. And I think we'll be training at the same gym at Greg Jackson's in Albuquerque, and we'll be training at different times.
So have you already got the schedule?
Me evenings, Andrei mornings, something like that.
Okay, so we're going to throw it open to you guys. It is a pleasure to have Alistair here, so we're going to zip through. Sir, up there, what is your question for Alistair, please?
Hi, Alistair. Welcome to the UK. Do you think you'll ever get the Brock Lesnar fight?
The Brock Lesnar fight?
The rematch?
Maybe one day in WWE, when I retire from real fighting.
Okay, well, there we go. There's the answer. Fire away, straight away, sir.
Hi, Alistair. Do you expect if you win, get a title shot?
I expect when I beat Andrei, if I beat Andrei, that I'll fight for the title next, yes.
And how many fights has this contract?
Sorry, please repeat that.
How many fights in this contract?
Oh, how many fights in your newly signed contract?
I'm not asking how much money you're making, damn it.
Well, I'm not making so much than you, so...
Yeah, so what?
I'm a friend, I'll go right to
How much money do you make?
14 a month. How much money you make?
Okay, the chap behind you with the jacket, please ask Alistair your question.
Just on the Joe Rogan podcast, you did some stuff with that guy Wim Hof. I was just wondering what your sessions were like and if it'd be worth doing.
Okay, so Wim Hof, he's a very interesting Dutch character. I actually saw him a couple days ago. And usually what we do is we do breathing exercises and cold therapy. He has this outside pool, which is freaking cold, because the Holland is the same temperature as here in England. And you go in there, and it's like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, depends a little bit. But and then your breathing exercises and stay calm. I think it does help me during the fights. I feel good doing it. So, I think it does benefit me.
Okay, thank you for your question. I'm being requested if I can throw... I know it's been much rumoured, but now it's official. Any questions for Alistair? If we can get you a microphone, we will. Or please, I'm sure you know him already, stand up or ask a question.
Alistair, how much have you and Andrei worked directly together in the past? And how much have you guys worked together directly in the past? And how would you describe your relationship? I know a few years ago there was a little bit of a tension where you think he was upset at your aggression in the gym. So how much have you worked together and how would you classify your relationship?
Well, actually, we didn't really train together. You can actually maybe count it on one hand, maybe two altogether. And we're just not socialized. We're not friends. We don't really train together. We see each other. There's a hello. There's respect, of course, a teammate. But there's not really that much of a relationship. And that's also why, I fought teammates in the past. I fought Tyrone Spong. I fought Saki in the K1. Actually, Saki I was actually pretty close to at the time when we fought. So, I've fought friends before. I don't have a problem fighting Andrei, who's not my friend. He's my teammate.
Fair enough. And you talked about the facilities. How about the coaching staff? Fight night on coaching staff. Have you guys worked that out yet? How's that going to be divided up?
Well, we've not really figured that out yet, but I'm going to head back to camp soon, and then that's probably going to be the first couple of things we're going to talk about.
Thank you, John. Gentleman down here, I believe you're next.
Yeah, hi, Alistair. How much did the new contract, how much did the main event in Rotterdam play in your contract negotiations?
Is this becoming a normal thing now to ask somebody else?
I think, to be fair, I think it's more about, rather than how much you earned, how much of your thinking was, I'll re-sign if they're going to do a main event with me in Rotterdam.
Well, okay, let's rephrase that again one time.
Was a Dutch fight part of your decision-making process and part of your negotiation?
Well, of course, UFC is coming to Holland. It is going to be history. I like to be part of things like that, yes.
And what sort of atmosphere do you think we can expect in Rotterdam? Obviously, a lot of the European shows have been, you know, in the likes of Dublin, Glasgow, and hopefully in London tomorrow, have been, you know, really energetic. What can we expect from the guys in Rotterdam?
Well, it depends. I believe, you know, UFC events are always a little bit crazy. Fans are always very outgoing. Will that trend continue in Holland? I think it could, yes, I definitely do. I think it's also going to depend on the matchups. Dutch people are used to kickboxing. They like stand-up fights. They don't really like the wrestle game where nothing really is happening. Although I do have to say that UFC offers great technique on the ground, and there's reversals, there's submissions. So, yeah, it depends. It depends. I think also part of it will depend on, Dutch public needs to be educated about the ground game. But yeah, with me headlining and versus Andrei, we're both stand-up fighters, we're both strikers. I think the audience will be very enthusiastic.
Thank you for your question. I believe I'm been told we have one more question from the media. Please, your question for Alistair.
Alistair, what would it mean for you to obviously be fighting in your home country of the Netherlands? So what will it mean to you, and how do you see this progressing things in the Netherlands for MMA?
Well, I think it's a very big step. You know, there's a ton of kickboxing gyms. There's a lot of kickboxing events. Not really any big ones, since K1 is not there anymore. So what I think is going to happen is all these kickboxing gyms are going to convert into MMA gyms, and there's going to come a huge pool of new talent out of Holland. And I'm very excited to be part of that, of course. What was your other question?
How do you think the progression of MMA now is going to be in the Netherlands? How do you think people are going to react to this, obviously with K1?
Well, they're going to get educated, and I think it's going to be a new hype in Holland. And I think kickboxing, because there's no big events, you need a stage for new talent to go in, and I think UFC is that stage nowadays. So I think it's going to be a huge pool for new talent coming out of Holland.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your question. Thank you guys for your questions. I think we should just say a many thanks for coming over and telling us officially it's all going down in Rotterdam the 8th of May with the main event. Alistair Overeem, ladies and gents.
Thanks for having me, guys.